Hello guys and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the NASDAQ100 futures chart. Just before I start today's video, anyone who is interested in joining my signal service, please do not hesitate to visit my website dailymarketmovements.com. I charge a very small fee of $29.99 for you to join my signal group where you can copy the same trades that I enter on a daily and weekly basis. You can find this link in the description of today's video. But let's get into the NASDAQ 100. We are surging during the final trading session of this week, and what a week it has been. I think prior to this week of trading, we have been down seven times in the past 7 weeks. Sorry, I didn't really phrase that right. We've been down for the past 7 weeks, I should have said. And that's what this horrible B2C leg is. And, I think it was last Friday, we kind of bottomed down at around 11,500. And for those who missed it, on Sunday evening, I kind of come out with a very gutsy prediction here. I said it on my signal team. I said it, I made it clear on my YouTube channel. I've made it clear on my Instagram, on TikTok, on every social media platform that I currently run. I basically called the bottom here for the NASDAQ 100. I've come out. It's a very gutsy move, especially for my reputation. But I said that I personally do not believe the NASDAQ 100 will dip any lower between 11,500 and 11,000. So pretty much saying that the NASDAQ 100 will not go lower than 11,000. And in response, the market has been very bullish. I've seen some great signs over the past couple of trading sessions where the volume has been very strong. As well as that, one sign that can indicate the bottom of the market is when a big company brings out its earnings and it might be lighter than what estimates were, and that company was Nvidia, and that's exactly what happened. The guidance going forward was a little bit lighter than what analysts were anticipating, and a good sign is when a company reports negative, a bad earnings figures, and then the stock opens lower but then ends the next day positive. And that's exactly what happened. On Wednesday night, Nvidia brought out their quarterly figures, and then of course at the open on Thursday, the stock opened $9 lower, all the way down at $160 a share. And what happened? Well, we ended all the way up at $179 a share, and at one point we did briefly go above 180. And as you can see, today's price action so far, we see the stock trading all the way up at $185. And of course my signal team owns this. Also my Instagram page, I was sending out a free signal there. So it's been a great week, and this could potentially be a signal that the market has bottomed here. Now, that being said, we are not out of the woods yet. Soon we will meet some real key points in this market, that being the 50-day EMA, that's 0.236 Fibonacci area, which is up at around 13,000. So just because we've had 2 very bullish days here doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. That's not what I'm trying to say. Could we go up to 13,000 and then completely break down and go and retest 11,000? Absolutely. But I still believe that 11,500 to 11,000 is the bottom of this market. Also, I just want to touch on some very positive news that we got during today's trading session, and that was that inflation figures have peaked. We got a lower than anticipated inflation number, and that is very important. Okay, this basically indicates that inflation may have peaked. Of course, we need next month's reading to really determine whether that is true or not, but this is a very positive sign, and I think that this is going to give the green light to many people who have a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines for them to now go and invest it. So top companies like Nvidia, like Apple, like Microsoft and Google, which carry the most weightage for the NASDAQ 100 fund here, I really believe that lots of money will be put back into work, because right now the S&P 500, for example, its forward multiple, it was trading up at 21 times, and that was going back to January, of course, of this year. Now it's all the way down at 16, and 16 was where it was when we, that's where we were trading back in 2019, pre-pandemic. So this really does now tell me that this market is valued correctly, and I think that we will start to see a significant amount of money return into the markets, and we will have a very good period over the next week or so whilst this money returns back into the market. But as I mentioned, please only nibble at this moment in time. We're still within my white box. This box indicates where I'm willing to nibble here at the NASDAQ 100. And then once we break above that 50-day EMA into the green box, that's where I am willing to start buying with a significant amount of money. and really put some money to work. And of course, my take profit being all the way up in this blue zone up around here. That's my game plan for the NASDAQ 100. I do have some buy positions open. So does my signal team. We're making a significant amount of money at this moment in time. But for me to really put some money to work here, I need the NASDAQ 100 to break above that 50-day EMA, which is hovering around 13,000. So, 13,200, 13,300, that's where I really am willing to put the majority of my cash to work here for the NASDAQ 100.